What is going on, internet? My name is JB, and we are back here today with our Week 6 matchup in the NADL, or North American Draft League. And this week, your Carolina Panchams will be taking on the Michigan Machamps, coached by Nagashi, who is currently rocking a record of 3-2. So this is a big game for him to get back into the swing of things for playoffs, and it's a good chance for me to get some momentum back after a tough loss last week where I played just absolutely terribly. If you guys saw the video, you know what happened. But this week, we have a chance to bounce back and get a big win for the end of the season. We are pretty much guaranteed a playoff spot. It's just whether we're 1 or 2. The 1 or the 2 seed remains to be seen. Depends on how, obviously, other people's games go as well as my own. So, getting into the teams this week, Nagashi actually has a very threatening team, I want to say. It's a little bit weird, it's a little bit unorthodox, but he uses it well. So, getting into it, he has a Mega Alakazam, a Bisharp, Heatran, a Alolan Muck, Amoonguss, Kevin, that's what we call Durant here, obviously. He has a Smeargle, an Ambipom, an Alolan Persian, a Zygarde, a Cloyster, and a Superior. So, the thing I noticed when looking at his team, it has a lot of common weaknesses and doesn't really have the stuff to cover those weaknesses the best. Like, he has a lot of things weak to fighting, but he only has a couple of fighting type answers. And those things are all weak to common typings. His fighting resists are all like poison types and psychic types. So that's easy to prep for when all of your all of your defensive types for one, weakness are the same type. He also has a lot of ground weaknesses, and he only has 1 resist on his team, being Superior. So he has like a lot of common weaknesses, but he has just a really annoying team. He does really weird creative stuff with Smeargle, like he ran a Spiky Shield, or no, it was like a King Shield, Focus Sash, and Endeavor Extreme Speed set on Smeargle a couple weeks ago, and it completely blew someone's lead away. I got him a big advantage. He also pretty much only runs Zydoge Banded, and that's like one thing I've been told from people who've played him, that his Zygarde is almost always Choice Banded, almost always, if not always, Choice Banded, which is just something to keep in mind. Cloyster's terrifying if it gets set up. It's a Cloyster thing. Mega Zam could be an issue. I'm not that scared of it. I have some hidden tech ways of dealing with it. I think the biggest issue will be the Zygarde if I let it get out of control, and Cloyster if I get set up. Persian, if it starts parting shotting around, could be weird and annoying. And if you guys watch my PBL match this week, Superior is the gigantic threat. Or I guess it would be, I'm not sure that the timeline on this, because this was supposed to go up on the 15th. But since I got a whole week behind, it's no longer going up on the 15th, so I'm not sure when it will go up. I'm not sure if my PBL matches already came out. So, yeah, if spoiler alert, or pray for me. Never forget if okay, let me restart that. Spoiler alert. Superior is a huge issue if my PBL match isn't out. If my PBL match is already out, press F to pay respect for that team. So there's that. Anyway, let's go ahead and get into the squad we are bringing. We have Unaware Clefable, our Mavis, rocking the leftovers this week with Stealth Rock, Moonblast, Flamethrower, and Wish. Main reason we are unaware is, of course, for the Cloyster. In case it gets set up, we ignore its stat changes and can just blow it away with the Moonblast because Cloyster has no special defense at all. And we're also just decided to go Max Fizdev to better take hits from Zydoge, as well as Bisharp and stuff like that. Obviously, we won't stay on a Bisharp or even a Kevin. Ambipom probably wouldn't maybe stay on that. We'd have to scout for the Poison Jab, obviously. But main reason it's here is to get the rocks up and be a check to Cloyster if it gets set up. Same with Superior if it gets set up. We have an Unaware Mon. Next up, we have Captain Planet, our Zygarde, rocking a Roselli Berry with the move Substitute, 1000 Arrows, Extreme Speed, and Dragon Dance. So the reason we are rocking Roselli Berry is I'm not too scared of taking any ice hits from him, so I didn't really feel the need to proc Yachi, because there's no way I stay in on Cloister ever because its physical defense is absurd at base 180. It's just ridiculous. It's not taking anything from 1000 arrows, so I don't stay in there. And the main reason I'm Roselia Berry is pretty much just for the Dazzling Gleam, or Dazzling Meme as I like to call it, on the Zam. I can just take that and then blow it away with 1000 arrows plus extreme speed. Kills every Zam ever because look at its defense, it's not living that. The 149 speed, I am not quite sure of what that's for. I hit that on a couple mons. Let me see if I can remember real quick. 149 speed, I want to say it's for max speed Heatran. That's what I want to say it's for. Well, okay, it's not quite for that, but it also outspeeds that. Is it for Cloister? No, that's slower than... Huh. Nope. Nope. You maybe? Okay, it outspeeds that as well. This is embarrassing. I have no idea what that speed's for. I think it was probably just for Heatran and I fudged it up a little. I wouldn't mess up that bad. I have no idea what that speed is for. I have no clue what that speed is for. None at all. What the hell is that for? There's no way I mess up by 8 points. I am so confused. What the hell did I do? Did I try to outspeed those that are like not speed invested? I don't know, dude. I guess I messed up by 8 points. That's bad. That's really bad. Anyway, oh wait, no, it's for at +1 I outspeed Alakazam. It's so at +1 I outspeed his entire team. You know, you'd think after doing this for such a long time I would understand what the hell I'm talking about, but no, I have absolutely no idea. Anyway, we are sub DD set to pretty much just set up on stuff like Smeargle. If I see that as a lead, I'll just go straight for the sub on that, avoid the Spore, avoid whatever, start Dragon Dancing on it. Could also probably set up on like a Muk switch out or a Heatran switch out, Bisharp switch out, any of these 3 mons. Just set up on switches and try to go from there. Don't have to worry about Ditto, so I can set up for free. Next up we have Fresh Jays, our Hitmontop, with the standard AF moveset of Fake Out, Rapid Spin, Mach Punch, Toxic with a Rocky Helmet, and Max Fizz Def. Pretty much just here to take hits from Banded Zydoge and not care about them. It's basically what it's here to do. Next up, I'm not going to talk about it too much because it's the same set I bring every week. Next up, we have Paindeer, making its re-debut with a better nickname. Our Cobalion, rocking a Steelium Z with the moves Swords Dance, Sacred Sword. That's not supposed to be Iron Defense. That is supposed to be Iron Head, and Rock Polish. So we got a Dual Dance Cobalion here with 142 speed, which is so at +2, I outspeed everything on his team. That I know for a fact. And also, I'm pretty sure I outspeed something random with that. Wasn't it? It was Heatran I outsped with that, right? Yeah, I speed tie with Heatran. God damn it. Why do I keep doing that to myself? How does I keep having... Okay, no. Okay, I do outspeed the Heatran. I thought I was at 141 speed. I thought I speed tied with it again because I keep messing that up. I don't know how I keep messing that up. I've done it like twice in the last like 4 games I've played. I don't understand how I keep doing that. Whatever. But I apparently I got it right this time for once. So we have Dual Dance and then Dual Stab. And there is pretty much nothing on his team that can take 2 of those boosted hits. Nothing on his team lives +2 either of those hits. Zam dies to +2. Iron Head, you died to +2 Sacred Sword, you died to +2 Sacred Sword, you died to +2 Sacred Sword, you died to +2 Iron Head, Sacred Sword, you died to +2 freaking Tackle. Sacred Sword, Sacred Sword, Sacred Sword, either. either. So yeah, nothing on his team takes +2 from either of those things. And then at +2 speed, I obviously outspeed everything. So definite win con is Cobalion. Very, very good chance of winning this game if I am able to get set up. And it's a little harder for it to set up on the Smeargle in case he does have Spore, so I can't lead with it. I might have to sack something to Spore. Let somebody else go to sleep because there is Sleep Clause, even though on DS you can just sleep as many things as you want. But if you did that, I'd get the win. But yeah, just if I get the opportunity for Cobalion to get set up, it's pretty much GG. There's not a whole lot he can do to stop that. So that is the definite game plan going in. Next up, we have Pterodactyl, our Aerodactyl, with the moves Aerial Ace, Earthquake, Ice Fang, and Taunt. At 185 speed, I am fairly certain that I outspeed all of his base 115s, which he has 3 of in these 3 things. I am fairly certain that's what I meant to hit. Yep, I outspeed those things. And I can also hit all of them hard with, you know, Stab Aerial Ace. Earthquake's nice for the Heatran. Ice Fang's very good for the Zydoge. He could, on the off chance, run Scarf Zydoge, which could be an issue. With the HP invest, I should be able to live 1. Actually, I have good. I underrate Aerodactyl's base defenses. I definitely live 1 Scarf 1,000 arrows. I probably don't live a Banded 1,000 arrows, but he's Banded. I outspeed and kill with Ice Fang, so there's that. And I also have Taunt to prevent rocks on stuff like to just prevent Smeargle from doing things, to prevent Persian from doing things, Amoonguss, Heatran, whatever. I can just taunt a lot of stuff. I decided I don't want to mess with speed tying with Zam, so just got a little bit of extra bulk and a little more oomph with Matayak. That's what I'm looking for. And last but not least, we have Tiamat, our Hydreigon, rocking a Choice Scarf with the moves Dark Pulse, Fire Blast, Earth Power, and Draco Meteor. Decided I didn't really need U-Turn because I don't have anything worth U-turning into. I don't have like a Volturn core, so I just like, meh. U-Turn's not really worth it. I'd rather just have a Draco. It's like Draco or U-Turn. I'm like, he doesn't have a fairy. I'm just gonna spam Draco if he gets to that. But with 149 speed, I outspeed Mega Zam with the Choice Scarf and can proceed to blow it back with a Dark Pulse. It does die to a modest Dark Pulse, so that's very nice. Fire Blast is good for his Amoonguss, his Superior. Earth Power good for the Tran, and then like I said, Draco's just good to spam because he doesn't have a fairy. So that is a team. Very big game for standings for both of us, so it should be a fun matchup, and I will see you guys in the game. Freeze frame. I don't have any more bits, man. It's all downhill from here for me, guys. It's over. I got one bit left. And that is plugging chili cheese Fritos. They're delicious. Obviously not sponsored because I have 47 subs, but if you're looking for a good snack, recommend chili cheese Fritos. Okie dokie, so getting into the game, couple of things worth noting. We don't see the Smeargle and we don't see the Persian, so that's pretty cool. We also don't see the Amoonguss, which was something I was a little bit worried about. But what we do see is pretty much a pretty scary hyper offensive team that has the Cloyster there for setup. The Zam is terrifying, obviously, and you guys know how I feel about Superior. Yeah, it's not pretty. And then of course we do see the Banded Zygarde and the Cloyster there for setup. So leading off, I decided I want to go ahead and predict his. I forget what I predict him to lead with, but let's go ahead and find out what I predict him to lead with. He is going to lead with the Zygarde. Okay, that's what I thought he led with the Zygarde, but I also thought he led with the Cloyster. So I decided to lead with my Clefable predicting the Zygarde. That's I just had to remember how it happened. This was a really, really long time ago. It was close to 2 weeks ago when we played this game at this point. So the Muck is going to come out, and I'm just going to click Flamethrower, because obviously I didn't think he would stay in because he can't really touch me. And I unfortunately burn his Muck turn 1 with the Flamethrower on 10%. So not fearing anything from this, I decided to just go ahead and get my rocks up as he decides to switch out into his Alakazam, which is a fine play, but it doesn't really do much to my Clef, which thankfully is a very good thing. So I just get my rocks up. I don't have too much to fear from this, but I also don't want to stay in. I definitely predicted to just go for a really hard-hitting Psychic here, and I think I just go for a Moonblast for a little bit of damage, just to see what he did want to go for. In case he wanted to be like a calm mindset, I could just sit in front of it and not care because I am unaware. As he does just decide to trace my unaware, which is nice. He does just go for a nice little Psychic, which does actually quite a bit to my Fizdef Clefable, but you know, that's what you expect when you run Fizdef. Get off a Moonblast, does some respectable damage, around like 40%, so nothing to laugh at, certainly. So he is actually going to... no, I'm going to switch out here into my Hydreigon, predicting the next Psychic. Get the play right, as he does just go for the Psychic, so good play on my part. And I just decided to drop a Draco because I don't think he's going to stay in. There's a very, very low chance of him staying in, and if he did, Zam was in range of it anyway. So I could just drop a pretty free Draco on something. And he does go into the Muck, which is more than likely a Soul Vest. I'm almost positive it is, considering how little it takes from this. But at this point in the game, I have a burnt Muck sitting in front of me with a very good setup opportunity for my Cobalion. It's getting low, so I can't do a whole lot. It's only got a few turns. I just have to, you know, not get crit. So I decided to go right on into Pain Deer, as he actually goes for a knockoff, which is great for a few reasons. One, I get a justified boost. Two, I resist it because I'm part fighting type. Three, I don't lose my item because I'm Z-move. So a burnt knockoff with all three of those things is just, it's doing absolutely nothing. It's actually helping me. He goes for a Shadow Sneak, which does a little bit more than that, but still not a lot. I get the Rock Polish off, so I'm at +1 attack. And now I'm at +2 speed, so I outspeed his entire team. I ran a couple calcs this turn to find out that there were actually a couple of things that I didn't guarantee OHKO at +1, so I get my Sword Stance up just so I can guarantee OHKO everything. And like I said, if I got this thing set up, there wasn't a whole lot he could do. He reveals the Fire Blast, which is a pretty cool tech, but that doesn't even do half. Thank God I avoid the burn. Unfortunately, he did not. Which honestly won me this game. I'm able to click Iron Head now on the Muck, and he has nothing that can live a +3 hit from my Cobalion. And at this point, it's just clicking moves. Durant is going to come in. Poor Kevin. Look how tiny Kevin looks like. Oh man, I feel bad about that. But yeah, the unfortunate burn is going to play a huge, you know, role in like this game looking lopsided. But I mean, hey, that's Pokemon. It's the game we play. You know, it sucks, but Muck still couldn't do a whole lot to Cobalion. That was still my game plan, was to set up on, you know, it, seeing that he didn't bring, you know, the Smeargle or anything else worth setting up on. Muck was clearly my setup option, and the burn just helped it out a little bit. You know, gave me the opportunity to do it earlier in the game, which, you know, is a little bit unfortunate that I did get the burn, but hey, you know, I'm not going to complain about it. I'm not, you know, obviously I'm not going to complain about it. I apologize to him, you know, it's Pokemon, man. What are you going to do? But like I said, even if he didn't get the burn, even if I didn't get the burn, I still could have set up on the Muck. So, hey, whatever. And, you know, I'm going to get my nice little Sacred Sword off to finish out the Zygarde. And last up is the Cloyster. I have rocks up to break any potential Focus Sash on it. And being the a-hole that I am, I decided to Corkscrew Crash because I didn't want to bring my Z-move and not see the cool animation. I'm pretty sure this is the second time I've unnecessarily ended a battle with a Z-move. I'm pretty sure I did it in the PBL. I don't remember. Yeah, I did it against Sleep Guard with my Manaphy in the PBL, but hey. You know, the animations are cool, make for good thumbnails and stuff like that. But we can get off the Corkscrew Crash, and down goes the Cloyster. So, pick up the nice quality 6-0 win here in week 6 of the NADL. Good game to Nagashi. Again, very unfortunate burn, but it happens, and like I said earlier, I could have still set up on the Muck at any point. It's just, I was able to do it way earlier, and it made the game much more lopsided than it would have been otherwise, but, you know, it happens. And with that being said, next week we play Jack, who is the coach of the Lux Rays, and that is going to be a very, 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 very important game. Because with this win, we were able to retake first place in the league. If we lose, and Tony wins again, he has first seed. And Jack really needs to win the game in order to keep herself in playoffs, or to secure a spot in play. Basically, if I win, she's out, is the bottom line there. But if she wins, she still has a chance. If I don't know how it goes, but basically she needs to win at all costs, and I want to win to secure the first seed. So it's going to be a very, very important matchup next week. So be sure to tune in for that. But at this point, we're sitting at pretty little 5-1. Tony did lose this week, so he is 4-2. So that's why we retake first. But if we lose next week and he wins, then he gets his first spot back because of the head-to-head. So next week is the last week of the regular season, and then after that we got some playoffs. It's only 2 rounds of playoffs. Top 4 seeds make it, so I'll play either the 3 or the 4 seed. And yeah, that's pretty much how it's gonna go. And with that being said, I think I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching. Peace out.